a real citizenship ceremony. I wanted to introduce to you some of the people that will be helping. As an immigrant services officer, Dan Quarrell. As the field office director, Jane Kent. We're going to start out by singing the Star Spangled Banner. You've heard that one a couple of times, I know, this afternoon. We're going to hear it again, but we're going to hear it from Nathan Osmond.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jean Kent. I'm the Field Office Director for the Salt Lake City Office of Citizenship and Immigration Services. Thank you all for being here to celebrate this special occasion for our 19 applicants. What these applicants have done is they started a journey from their home countries all over the globe. We actually have 14 countries represented here today, and I'll read them off in just a minute. These applicants have learned English all the time, trying to work, study, take care of their families, and live their lives. So it's not an easy task that they've taken on. Then they file an application after living here in the United States for at least 5 years. That's followed by fingerprints and security checks. I'm checking them right now. And then they get to come into our office for an interview with an immigration services officer such as Officer Quarrell. The officer actually administers an English and civics test to each applicant. Each applicant must be able to speak enough English to communicate. Doesn't have to be fancy college English, but it has to be enough so they can communicate. They've all passed the exam and they've met all the requirements for naturalization. Ordinarily, a naturalization ceremony is held at the federal courthouse every month. But for this special occasion, I cannot tell you how pleased I am to be here with such a nice crowd. And with the flags waving in the background, you can't get any more American than what we're seeing here today. So I'd like to thank Mr. Swain for the invitation. Thank you. I've been given authority by the Federal District Court to administer the oath of allegiance. Candidates, I'm going to read off the country that you originally came from, and when I read your country, will you please stand and remain standing? American Samoa, Bangladesh, Canada, Chad, Ecuador, Ethiopia, India, Italy, Mexico, Philippines, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, Tonga, and last but not least, Vietnam. Okay. Okay, Vietnam, please stand up. Okay. Okay, Candidates, if I can have you raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state or sovereignty, of whom or which I have been a subject or citizen. That I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law. That I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law. That I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law. And that I take this obligation freely, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. It's my privilege to say welcome, United States citizens. Congratulations. Just a note for history. The oath that you repeated today is the exact same oath that's been given to every single immigrant from the day we became a country. So you now are connected to our country in a special way that goes all the way back to our founding time. So again, congratulations, my fellow Americans.